Hello everybody and welcome to a nice short Kundalini set that is focused around the pituitary gland. So the pituitary gland is basically behind the nose and sort of in between the ears. And when we're working with the pituitary gland, let's call it like the main gland, we're working with the third eye space, so our centre of knowledge, our centre of intuition. So it's a really nice space to be working with. So I really like this set. It's a really nice sort of diverse set with some lovely poses in it. Okay, so hopefully you'll feel wonderful after practice. And yeah, let's get going. All you'll need for the class, guys, is possibly a blanket. So if you get any sort of tenderness around the knees, you might just bring a blanket in. And you might even roll it up for the beginning of the class to sit on it. So I like to sometimes just sit my sit bones onto a rolled up blanket and allow the knees to just sort of fall a little bit deeper than the hips. Okay, so we've got our easy pose position. Our hands might just rest on the knees. Nice and naturally, we might start to close our eyes down. We might start to channel the breath. So that might mean that we bring the awareness towards the breath. We're focusing on the inhalation and the exhalation as it starts to sort of trickle down into the navel and up into the heart space. Lovely, everybody. And if you're new to the Kundalini yoga set, we tend to tune in and tune out at the end of the practice. So we tune in with the Ani mantra, which we'll do in a second. And this is basically a little chant that we do, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And it means honour the teacher within. So just making sure throughout this practice that you use yourself as your own inner guide throughout class. If something doesn't seem too right for you, then just ease off a little bit. Yeah, everybody's different. So that's a good thing, right? Okay, wonderful, everybody. Grow nice and tall. From the sacrum, tailbone to the sternum, the chest bone, relax the shoulder blades down, allow those elbows to just wrap in by the side of the rib cage. And bringing the palms to touch at the centre of the heart space, really press those palms together, extending the elbows out from the wrists. And we'll begin by tuning in with the Ani mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Taking a big breath through the nose. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Nice, guys. Inhale. Last round, big breath in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And just relax the hands to the knees. Come back to a natural breath. And open the eyes up. Wonderful. Okay, let's start practice. So move your blanket, if you've got one, to a relatively findable spot. And we're going to start by working into the legs. Okay, I want you to come into an all-fours position. And we're going to build on a lunge pose here. Okay, so bringing the right foot and stepping it in between the hands at the front of the mat, just making sure you've got your right knee joint stacked over your ankle joint. So we've got a nice stacking of the joint. Now some of us might take the palms to the mat And some of us might bring the fingertips to the floor. And sort of imagine you sort of drawing the fingertips towards one another. So you've almost like you're grasping like a small apple in the palm of the hand. But you're not bringing the fingertips toward it. It's more of an activity around the fingertips. And once you've got that activity, lift the back knee off the floor if this is relevant for you. If it's not, you can always keep the back knee on the floor. Okay, either here, engaging your belly lightly, lifting the heart bone forward, softening your shoulders back and down. Some of us might be here, which is going to make it a little bit more challenging in the legs. Okay, so just starting to breathe deeply here. We might close our eyes down. So we're almost like in a low lunge pose here, grounding the feet, working into the front thigh, quadricep, lightly activating the left back gluteal muscles, the bum muscles, to support the stretch, to support the strength. Okay, close your eyes down, guys. Take the focus towards the third eye space. Okay, in between the eyebrows and slightly up. And start to sort of generate that focus towards that space so that we can stay in this posture for a little bit longer. Draw the crown of the head away from that back heel. Long, strong, straight back leg if your kneecap is lifted, and breathe in. Can we take a little bit of weight off the fingertips and bring in the weight a little bit more into the legs, working the strength of the legs here. Nice work, everybody. Long, slow breath. Eyes are closed. Focus on third eye space. We won't be here for much longer. Some of us are going to stay with this long, slow, deep breath. And some of us, if we're practiced, are going to work with a breath of fire. So with breath of fire, short, sharp contractions of the belly, the navel, as the breath comes in and out of the nose quite vigorously. So it looks like this. Okay? Only do this if you feel that this is right for you guys, not if you're pregnant, not if you're menstruating. Okay? Let's go. Just a few rounds of breath of fire on natural breath. Focus on third eye, just a couple more rounds. Lovely. Inhale. Hold the breath. Activate Mula Bandha. Okay, sex organs, toilet muscles active. Sit bones, draw them together. And take an exhale out the mouth. Lower the back knee to the floor. Woof. Okay, so from here we're going to work into a pigeon pose. I want you to just draw the top foot towards the left-hand side of the mat, coming onto the outer edge of the foot, bringing the kneecap to the right side of the mat. And once you've got this sort of diagonal with the shin, you can slide the back leg away, coming onto the top of the foot, square those hips forward and fold forward into your pigeon pose. Just allowing for the outer thigh to become relaxed. Rolling the left thigh down slightly so our hips are nice and even. Some of us might be right down here. Some of us might even interlace the hands and just relax the head down so we're sort of on the side of the forearms. And just softening, breathing and lengthening. Grounding the energy, stretching into the hips. Fab, guys. Just a couple of rounds of breath here. Wonderful work, everybody. And then from here, coming onto the palms of the hands. So just push the earth away, coming onto the palms of the hands, and we're going to swap sides. So curl your toes under, lift the back knee off the floor, step back into almost like a plank pose, and swap sides. You might lift the tailbone a little higher up, almost like into downward facing dog, and then step the left foot forward, okay? If that's really challenging, then just pick it up and put it there, okay? That's absolutely fine, don't worry. Popping the back knee to the floor to start with, so this might be the place that you stay. Some of us might have the palms of the hands on the floor, some of us might come into that sort of like fingertip position where we draw in the fingertips together slightly, a little bit of activity around the hand. Okay, let's start, guys. If you're staying here, stay here, close the eyes down. If you're lifting the back knee off the floor, lift it off, straighten and strengthen that back leg and coming into your lunge position. Okay, it's a challenging posture, but let's stay with it, okay? Building that fire around the legs. Close your eyes down, gaze towards the third eye space, centre of the eyebrows slightly up. Long, slow, deep breath. Working the feet, working the thighs. Engage your left quadricep and your back right bum muscles. So we've got this activity, not just sinking into the stretch. We've got some strength around this. Long neck. Keep breathing. Lovely work, everybody. Can we start with breath of fire if that's in our practice? Short, sharp pumps of the navel as the breath comes in and out of the nose. Okay, vigorous breath. Stay with it. Keep the eyes closed down, focusing on the third eye space, guys. Lovely, lovely. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release the back knee to the floor, ground your hands, and then from here start to heel toe the front foot to the right side of the mat, so you're coming onto the outer edge of the foot. Bringing your knee towards the left side of the mat, then just slide that knee forward, coming into a sort of diagonal with the shin. You can start to slide your back leg away onto the top of the foot, so you get that nice stretch down the front of the thigh. Okay, and then starting to roll the body into pigeon pose. Okay, so maybe we stay up here on the forearms, if that's just enough for you, and maybe we come a little lower, so we're starting to lower all the way down to the mat. Trying to keep the hips level, just lowering the right hip flexor towards the earth. Slow your breath down. Breathing into the navel, allowing the breath to just become nice and depthly, so we're taking that full yogic breath into the belly. Grounding the body, relaxing and releasing the muscles. Lovely work, everybody. And from here, start to bring the hands back, palms to the floor, push the body away from the earth. Lovely. And then from here, tuck your toes under, lift the back knee off the floor, and we're going to come standing. So you might just step the front foot back and then walk the feet forward. Okay, we're going to come into a little sort of ragdoll forward fold. So you stay where you are, I'm just going to face you. Fab. And in this, maybe bring the feet to about hip width apart and just hang the body into the space. Some of us might have this deep bend in the knee and feel that we can bring the palms to the floor. Taking a nice deep forward fold. Lovely. Try and allow the back of the neck to hang, the back of the neck to completely release. Taking long, slow, deep breaths here, everybody. Okay. And what it looks like from the side. Maybe we straighten the legs if that's in our practice, engaging the quadriceps to soften the hamstrings. Breathing into the full posterior chain of the body. As we inhale, we fill up the body with vitality. As we exhale, we allow that body to rest and fold into the space with gravity. And just taking one last round of breath here, everybody. Nice deep forward fold. Fab. Engage your lower belly muscles to support the lower spine, and as you do this, roll the body up by pushing the earth away from the feet, and just roll up really slowly, one vertebra at a time as you come standing. Lovely. Okay, from here, as you stand in next posture, we're going to work with Ego Eradicator, but standing up, okay? So bring your feet to about hip width apart, maybe a little further, and bring your thumbs to point to the ceiling, fingertips drawn into the palm of the hand, and lift those arms up to about a 30-degree angle, okay? Heart space is open. We're not doing breath of fire here, so we're just doing long, slow, deep breath. And I want you to think about broadening and opening and lifting the thumbs away from the index finger. So you're really drawing the tips of the thumbs back from the rest of the hand. Fab, guys. Legs are strong. Heart space is open. Shoulder blades are pinned back. Elbows are straight. Can we focus here on the third eye space again? So long, slow inhalations and exhalations. Lovely. Keep the elbows extended. You're like a big stretchy starfish. Wonderful. Nice, powerful stance. Breathe in new vitality through the breath. Lovely work, everybody. Last few rounds of breath here. And take a big inhale through the nose. Touch the thumbs above the head. Spread the fingertips and take an exhale out the mouth as you swoop the aura. Lovely. Stay standing. Relax those arms. Allow the fingertips to just naturally relax by the side of the hip. Noticing any sort of subtle energy shifts in the body, the nervous system waking up, some relief of tension, maybe some stillness in the head. Nice, everybody. And come with the eyes open. Wonderful. Okay, let's make our way into downward facing dog, aka triangle pose in Kundalini yoga. Spread those fingertips, shoulder width apart. Step the feet back. Lift the hips up and back. Finding downward facing dog, okay? When you're in your downward facing dog here, maybe think about bending the knees to start with. So we've got this lovely length in the spine. And start to push the earth away. Bringing those shoulders up and back towards the hip creases, drawing the sit bones together. The pelvic floor is lightly active, so Mula Bandha. Your belly muscles are engaged slightly. Some of us might feel that we can start to soften the heels towards the earth now. Breathe in, long slow breath. Gaze into the big toes, or we might even close the eyes down. Really strong, big stretch here for the whole of the posterior chain, all the way down through the hamstrings, the calves, the Achilles tendon, the sciatic nerve. Big breaths, guys, long, slow, even breath. Keep breathing. And if you feel you're knocking off onto the heel of the hand at all, make sure you're grounding down through all corners of that hand. Specifically the first finger and the base of the first finger and thumb. One more breath. Lovely work, guys. Inhale from here. Rock the body onto the knees. So you're coming onto the knees. And then we're just going to swarm the body down with control, bending at the elbows, coming flat onto the belly. Lovely. Okay, so we're flat onto the belly here. For a moment, let's just bring our arms up and over our head and form a little cushion with the hands, allowing the gaze to come to one side. Soften the breath. Lovely, everybody. Okay, from here we're coming into Sphinx pose. I want you to think about grounding the tops of the feet to the floor, pressing the pubic bone to the floor, lightly engaging your bum muscles, okay? And from here, bring yourself up so you're in an extension of the spine here, and allow yourself to come onto the forearms. So we've got the shoulder blades stacked above the elbows, our fingers are spread, and our whole forearm and palm is nicely active into the earth. Okay, from here, again, ground down through the lower body, slightly engage your belly muscles. So we've got a little bit of activity around the belly to support the back, and then shine that heart forward. We're going to take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, take the gaze over the right shoulder, eyes are closed. Exhale, take the gaze over the left shoulder, eyes are closed. Inhale, right, exhale, left. All the while keeping that pubic bone grounded to the earth. Take this slow. Focus, eyes are closed. Lovely, keep pinning that chest forward. Allowing the shoulder blades to draw back, elbows in. We're just moving the head on its axis. We're not flicking it back, we're just sort of turning it from side to side. Lovely. Strong legs. Open heart. Spine is nice and long. Lovely work, everybody. Keep thinking about this movement. Stay focused. And we maybe take the gaze point to the third eye space, in between the eyebrows, slightly up, centre of intuition, just keeping there, working on our subconscious. A few more rounds here. Oof, it's really nice for the neck muscles, this as well, so you can just sort of sometimes take a little pause, stretch softly into the neck muscles, around the cervical spine. Lovely. Fab. Last couple of rounds, guys. Keeping up that nice little movement into the neck. Wonderful, and from here, lower the body to the floor. Take the hands to the side of the chest and push up and back, taking the sit bones towards the heels and finding a child's pose for a moment. So just sit bones to heels, child's pose for a moment. I just take a little wiggle from side to side. If we come from a back bend to a sort of forward fold where the hips are in flexion, I like to just do a little shimmy, 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 from one shin bone to the next. Just a bit more of a softener for the lower back. Okay, from here plant the head to the floor, interlace the hands behind the back in Venus lock, and we're going to take a big inhale and lift those arms up and over the head as if you're trying to draw them towards the back of the head. You might sort of clamp the arms together here, shoulder blades start to draw together. Lovely, focus on the third eye space again. Adrenal chakra, the pituitary gland, and just allowing ourselves to become settled in this spot. Keep drawing the arms as high up as you possibly can without overstraining. Just take it to your edge here, guys. And taking one more breath. And then from here, inhaling, draw the body all the way up. So you're coming onto the knees here. And we're going to move through a really nice posture, or I specifically like this posture. Okay, hopefully you're all right in this position where we're in the knees. If you're not, you can do it in a cross-legged position, but it's just a little bit different, okay? So if you're cross-legged, I'll show you first. We're going to raise the arms above the head, palms facing forward, and fold down as if we're sort of bowing to the earth and taking a prayer. And we're repeating, inhale and exhale, okay? If you are in this position where we're sort of sitting on the heels, then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to lift the hips away from the heels when we come up, okay? So it looks like this. Inhale, press the hips forward, exhale, bow down, like a praying position. Inhale, exhale. Lovely, everybody. Let's close the eyes down and find a rhythm. Lovely, exhale. Opening the heart space, frontal body, the hips. Some of us might feel that we can bend a little bit further back, so pushing the hips forward and opening. It's always quite nice to smile as we come up. Lift the corners of the mouth, come up, and exhale, soften down. Lovely work, everybody. Keep going. Can we make it just a little bit more sort of flowy? Slightly activate the back of the legs and the bum muscles as you come up. Last few rounds, big inhales, slow exhales, stimulating that heart area. The energy channels, this works on all of the energy channels in the body, stretching, strengthen, open. Nervous system, energetic system, auric system. Lovely, let's take one big round up. Hold the breath, activate Mula Bandha, so those toilet muscles, sit bones draw together, and exhale. Release the forehead to the floor, just allow the hands to rest down by the side of the feet, coming into Balasana, child's pose. Find stillness, peace, and a calm and equanimous mind. Lovely. And then from here, just ground the palms of the hands to the floor, push the body up. We're going to cross the feet one over the other, roll over the ankles if that's suitable. If it's not, you can just sit to the side. And let's come into a reclined position, lower onto the forearms and lie onto the back. Oof, lovely. From here, draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little rock from left to right, just moving the weight from the left side of the body to the right side of the body. Wonderful. And then come into this neutral spine position. Let's extend our left leg down the mat. So we're just coming into a little supine twist. Taking left hand to knee, opposite hand to knee. Twist that knee over the width of the body and find a nice rotation of the spine. It doesn't matter if your knee's a little further up. Eventually it might come down or not. It doesn't matter. Some of us might be a little quite deep in this position. We might even take the gaze to the right side and just start to find that sort of like wringing out action of the spine. Almost like, I always feel like it's like a tea towel in this position, like a wet tea towel, just wringing it out. Breathe into the belly, soften the navel. Lovely. And let's move this stretch to the other side, so nice and slowly, mindfully. Draw both knees in. Extend your right leg down your mat and twist to the right. Opposite hand to knee. Right hand onto the knee, twist. Oof, one side might be a little bit tighter than the other. That's quite normal. Don't force anything, just move with love, not force. Relaxing into your full edge to your edge and staying there and softening. Find your edge and soften, release, surrender. Really nice, guys. Okay, wonderful. Let's take a Savasana. Okay, so we're just going to come lying flat on the back. Allow the legs to stretch down. Maybe the hands can just come to the side of the hips, palms facing the ceiling. Eyes can naturally close. The eyeballs are naturally rolling back in the socket with the tongue as well into the back of the mouth. Slowing your breath down. Allowing any last bits of tension to just move out of the body in your Savasana. This is a really important posture to take after your active classes. And just allowing for that rest and digest. That yin for your yang. And remember, you can stay here as long as you like, so you could stay for a little bit longer if you've got the time, or you can start to twist in the wrists, the ankles, twist, twist, stretch, lengthen, open, broaden. Lovely. Engage your belly muscles, everybody. Draw the knees into the chest and just rock over to the right side. Find a little fetus position. And slowly but surely, you might keep your eyes closed here. Rock yourself up to easy pose. So a nice easy posture, whatever that is for you. You might be cross-legged, you might even sit on a chair here. Wonderful. Bring your palms to touch, centre of the heart space. And we'll tune out with 3 rounds of Sat Nam. Truth is my identity. Always be authentic. Lovely. Take a big breath in through the nose. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Wonderful to have you guys. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Sat Nam. Have a beautiful day. Ciao.